It is our weekly visit with Jacksonville State volleyball coach Joseph Goodson. His bunch will be at home this weekend, Friday night against Morehead State at 7, Saturday afternoon at 2 with Eastern Kentucky coming in. I'm going to go back and revisit last weekend. Friday night was not good at Belmont, lost in straight sets, but then you came roaring back at Tennessee State and in 4 sets there, and a relatively, I'm going to call it an easy win. So at least you got a split for the weekend. I know you wanted to sweep, but a split and you're 4-2 in the league.
Yeah, well, Mom said there would be days like that. And not to take anything away from Belmont, that's a good team. It's a quality team. They played well at home. Unfortunately, inconsistency got us again a little bit. You know, we played well in the first set. We ended up losing a deuce set. Second set, not so much. But it's going to happen. You know, we're young in some spots, and despite the fact that our girls have played at a high level, until you've been in a big conference match on the road, you don't know what it's going to be like. And so, you know, we just didn't play well. We didn't coach well. None of us did much well. Bus driver didn't. No, he didn't do well either. But great win on Saturday, you know, and I feel like it's a sign of a mature team. And that's what I told the girls afterwards. You know, we could easily kind of put our heads between our tails and felt sorry for ourselves, but instead we came out Saturday and played really well.
And you're in second place in the division.
In second place in our division. That ends up being a big win for us because right now us Belmont and TSU all tied at 4-2. So right now it keeps us in the hunt right where we want to be.
How big is this weekend with Morehead and Eastern Kentucky?
No, we're not putting a lot of emphasis on it more than any other. I mean, Morehead is first in the conference, so we'll get a great barometer of where we want to be.
And they were picked to win it. Well, correct.
They were picked to win it, and we were picked 11th. So we don't forget that ever. But in terms of emphasizing the match, it's just going to be another conference weekend for us. We spent a lot of time watching tape. Morehead, there's some things that we're going to look to exploit. But just going to be 2 matches for us. EKU, we expect to do well, but we're not kind of making a big deal out of it.
Roughly halfway through the season now, not necessarily taking it easy, but do you practice? Do you taper off a little bit? Do you do more, like you said, watching tape and maybe not as much on the floor? Does it become a little more mental as you get it more deeper into the second half of the season? This
will be the this is the last weekend of the first half of the conference. So next weekend will be the flip, and we'll play over a second time. And so it is a lot more about preparation now. We still will be on the court, you know, all our time because we're so technically focused. Continue to do our technical work, but now it's a lot more preparation. So we'll spend a lot more time. This is what we see on Morehead. This is what we see on EKU. This is what we see on UT Martin during our practice time.
Talking to Alina Agamy also in this session. She's averaging, I think, right around or a little over 12 assists per match. Is that what you need? Do you need a little bit more than that?
Offensively, we're in good shape. You know, because we defend well and we've kind of hang our hat on our defense and our ball control, we don't like to put a lot of pressure on our attackers because we feel like when you start thinking about getting kills, that's where the errors come in. And so, you know, we're pretty happy with our offense. Again, Belmont, not so much. But then again, I didn't coach well in Belmont. But in terms of, in general, where our offense is going right now, no, we're really happy. And Alina's doing a really nice job.
All right. Thanks, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jacksonville State volleyball coach Joseph Goodson. Again, Friday night it's Morehead State at 7, Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock Eastern Kentucky. Free admission for Jacksonville State volleyball here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. Jacksonville State volleyball, first full home weekend of the year coming up. Friday they'll be at home with Morehead State at 7. Then Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock, Eastern Kentucky comes in to face the Gamecocks. All the action right here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. Our guest is sophomore setter, sometimes hitter, Alina Agamy out of Bloomington, Illinois. Now I want to go back to last year. I know you can remember to your freshman year. You had played high school and obviously club ball. Was it a big adjustment? Was it different coming to college in Division I and making that step?
It was a little bit, but playing club for 4 years, we had practices 3 days a week for 4 hours and tournaments every single weekend. So I would say I was really well prepared coming in here and made a good decision by playing club all those years. So it really helped me out.
Was the game, when you got to college, was it a little quicker, players bigger, anything like that than what you'd seen at the club level?
I would say not as much. I played on a team where 4 of the 6 people play Big Ten volleyball now.
Okay.
my best friend plays for the #1 team in the country, U of I, made it to the national tournament. So I played against a lot of really good competitors my whole life, so it really prepared me well for college.
So you were ready for this.
Yeah.
All right, you're a setter, but you also hit some as well. Did you do both in high school?
I started off setting my sophomore year in high school, and then for club I hit and set. So it just kind of depended on what we needed is what I would do. So.
Which would you rather do?
I don't know. I like doing both. So hitting in front row and setting in back row gives me the perfect opportunity of doing both the things that I love to do rather than just one.
See, I thought you'd say you'd rather hit, so that threw me off right there. From a setting standpoint, are you thinking ahead, maybe a play or two or a pass or two like that? Do you know where you're going to go all the time, or are you making adjustments as the ball's in the air sometimes?
Usually I try to prepare, look at the other side of the net and who my matchups are with what hitters that I have, and it doesn't always go as planned. If there isn't a perfect pass and I can't run what I want to do, then I just do whatever I can do. So sometimes it doesn't play out as well as I would like it to. But.
And you're a little taller than some of the setters, I think, in the OVC, aren't you?
Yeah, we face some pretty small setters. So.
Does that surprise you that the setters are let's just say short?
Yeah, it actually kind of does, because I haven't really faced a small setter up until I came to college and saw him in the OVC, so it's new.
Whole bunch, 17 road games, matches to start the season. But did that, you think, help y'all get you prepared for the Ohio Valley Conference and the schedule?
I definitely think it did. We played a lot of really good teams, Auburn, and they're obviously a lot better, Purdue, than the teams that we play in the OVC. So it got us to play really hard against those teams so that we would be ready for conference.
4-2 in the OVC. Are you happy? You think you've played your best as a team in the OVC so far?
Well, we had a really good start with 3-0, and I was really happy with that. But I definitely think that we shouldn't be 4-2. The teams that we played, I don't know, we didn't play our best, and I think if we would have given them our best, then we would be 6-0. Yeah, so.
Nice to be back at home this weekend?
Yeah, it's very nice.
And the first time you've played Friday and Saturday at home, only one home match so far, and it didn't go well against SEMO.
No, it didn't, but hopefully we'll have a big crowd like we did last Friday and have a better turnout.
All right, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Alina Agamy, Jacksonville State sophomore setter/hitter. She and the ladies at home Friday night again at 7 o'clock against Morehead State, Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock Eastern Kentucky. Free admission here at Pete Matthews Coliseum for all Jacksonville State volleyball.